But one of the habits I want to talk about, William, is being authentic. What does authenticity come down to for you?
Yeah, I deal with a lot of people who do public presentation. Maybe it's CEOs giving a quarterly report, or president of a university that's raising money, you name it. And I think authenticity boils down to, is the stage version of William the same as the backstage version of William? I think that's the easiest way to, and if you've ever been in public speaking, you know that's a very hard thing to achieve. Public speaking is the number one fear of people. What's the old Seinfeld line? People would rather be the subject of a funeral than the speaker at the funeral. So I don't know if that's true, but there's just something to, does what people see on the outside match what's on the inside?
Right.
And
It's a part of that.
that's the simplest way to define authenticity, to be able to show it and exhibit it in habits. Now that's a trick. And it's a balance beam. Like maybe 15, 20 years ago, you were supposed to show no fear, never let them see you flinch. Like, no, you strength, strength, strength. And then the pendulum swung, I don't know when, sometime in the last 10 years, to you need to show them your pain. You need to show them your suffering. I just got a Christmas card from a buddy who sold his company and is doing great. And his Christmas greeting was, "It's been a hard year." I'm like, well, I appreciate you sharing that. Kind of hard to see where all the pain is, but it's almost in vogue to show your vulnerability and not your strength anymore. So there's a balance of showing people you can do what you say you're going to do and being authentic. And I think that the easiest way to quickly hack that skill is to learn to ask more questions than you give directives, and to learn to talk about what you are learning rather than what other people ought to know. So like, you used to go back to public speaking, although this works anywhere. In public speaking, you say, well, here are the 5 things you need to know about investing to blah, 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 blah. The speaking now from the most authentic speakers, the unicorns, is, oh my gosh, investing is a struggle and it's all legalized gambling, right? Here's what I'm learning to mitigate my risk in that legalized gambling. And I'm still learning, but here's what I'm learning. That kind of authenticity. And some of it, these habits are tied to one another. The authenticity is very closely tied to self-awareness. It's hard to be authentic if you don't know who you are. So you can know who you are and then still have a stage William and a backstage William. But I think the interdependency of these habits is what makes the alchemy of creating a unicorn. 90% of humanity is right eye dominant. Okay, so you get a 9 in 10 chance when you're talking to somebody that they're right eye dominant. That means their vision comes out of their right eye, their peripheral vision comes out of their left. So when you talk to somebody who's really authentic, who makes you feel like you're the only person in the room, I bet you they're looking you dead in your right eye. Not your left eye, not the bridge between your eyes, but right through you by looking into your dominant eye. Now, 1 out of 10 times you're going to get that wrong. It's left, but I like the odds. Like, next time you're sitting down with somebody, concentrate on looking, like all of us are having to do now with Zoom cameras. I'm looking right into that Zoom camera and not down there at you, Tony. Like, how do I look directly into someone so they know I'm authentically there? Right. Try. Look into their right eye. I bet it's a little life hack that moves you toward practicing these habits.